All right, what's going on, NBA fanatics? This is MemphisX, and I don't know how long I'm gonna be on tonight. Setup's a little bit wonky, but we'll get it as we can. So right now it is about 15 minutes before draft time, and we will see what happens tonight. As you guys know, the Grizzlies have the third pick, the 16th pick tonight. Haven't made any trades yet. So it's going to be, well, we'll see what kind of night it's going to be tonight. Will we have any surprises, any shocks, anything to show us something different? But like I said, we are at the 2026 draft, and as expected, the Grizzlies will get Cameron Boozer tonight with the third pick, barring any shock or surprise. So we'll see what happens. Right now, I don't know how fast this draft's going to go. We have approximately 13 minutes till the draft show starts, and I don't know how long it's going to be before they put the first pick on the clock. You know, in the first round, every pick I think has 5 minutes. So even when the first pick goes on the clock, we'll have 5 minutes from there, and they usually try to take as much time. I think the show is probably about 2 hours long, maybe 3 hours. Not sure since they split it up. It used to be 3 or 4 hours. So, you know, we'll see exactly, if it's how long it's going to be, but it's 5 minutes between picks. And we have about 12 minutes before we get on the clock. So we'll see. So we had some interesting things today there. Like I said, Cedric Coward is at the draft. Obviously, he's going to be there, one of the first members of the Grizzlies to greet the first round draft pick. He's going to be a correspondent for the NBA on, I think it's NBA TV. I'm not sure. I'm going to be watching it. I have my TV on. I don't have it online. I have my TV on, so I'm going to be peeking over here. Hopefully I can avoid the shams, bombs on all the picks on who's going to get picked first, 3 minutes before they announce it. I kind of like to have it live, so I'm going to just get on ESPN, and I like to follow ESPN. So I was watching NBA TV, but right now I'm going to get on NBA, on ESPN, and follow it like a proper fan. If you guys have anybody, like, what are you hoping for in the draft today? Are you one of the people that are satisfied that we're going to get Boozer? Or are you one of the people that think that, you prefer to have Darren Peterson fall to us? Or maybe you would like for the Grizzlies to reach for Caleb Wilson, maybe. I'm of the mind that, as you say, if you've been watching the videos, I've been Cameron Boozer paired with Zach Edey at least since the minute they traded Jaren Jackson Jr. to Utah. That's kind of what I wanted. I feel like the Grizzlies should be zigging when the rest of the league is zagging, because most of the teams, if you look around the league, you'll see like the Spurs and even the Thunder, they like to close with their small ball lineups. And that is kind of what, got them in trouble against the Spurs this year when Jalen Williams was out. They couldn't close with their small ball lineup, and they had to play their two bigs just to contain Wemby. So it was, one of those things where a lot of teams, even the Knicks are using OG Anunoby at power forward next to Karl Anthony Towns. So I am of the mind that the Grizzlies should be forcing teams to do what they don't want to do, unless you get an elite two-way forward like OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Those guys are kind of few and far between. And I don't even think Jalen Williams will hold up in every matchup. I think he's going to be too small. He's only 6'5". He has a 7'2" wingspan, but, he's basically the size of Cedric Howard. So I don't think even he will hold up, in every matchup in the playoffs. So that has been my thinking. The Grizzlies should go with power while everybody else is trying to go with finesse. And then when you have somebody like Cam, you have somebody who can also space the floor, pass, and has the requisite skill set for a NBA wing, or, he might be even more skilled than guys like OG Anunoby. He's not athletic and he doesn't move as well, but he does have the requisite skill set of passing, shooting, and of course he has an IQ. So that's kind of where I wanted the Grizzlies to go since the time that they traded Jaren Jackson Jr. But like, even before we got the lottery luck, the key to the whole thing is going to be Zach Edey's health. So if Zach Edey's health doesn't hold up, then that's going to cause the Grizzlies to have to kind of rethink and refocus on everything. So it's going to be kind of key for Zach Edey to play 65-ish plus games this season, because they are coming up on after this season, it'll be his extension time. So there's going to have to be a decision made as, is he a viable, long-term piece, or is he somebody that's going to be just hurt? He's 7'3". Is he going to be somebody that's hurt so much that, you can't really count on him to play through an 82-game schedule? Not only an 82-game schedule, but it's the same thing that the Grizzlies ran into with Ja Morant, and that was, can he get through a playoff schedule? The playoff is 2 to 3 months of increasingly intense play, increasingly intense and taxing and physical, and then your minute load is increasing at the same time. So, it's just a matter of, can they count on Zach Edey? And, the good thing about drafting Cameron Boozer is tonight he's still just 18 years old. So you have a long runway with Cameron Boozer to figure out what kind of team you want to build around him. Because from the moment the third pick is announced tonight, that is the primary focus of the rebuild. Cedric Howard is good. Zach Edey is good. All the other young guys that they've drafted over the last few years are good. But the primary focus is whoever they draft tonight at the third pick. Now, another underlying thing about that's kind of hovering over the draft tonight is, what are the Grizzlies going to do with Ja Morant? And if you've been paying attention to the news today, or if you're heavy on X like me, you've been seeing that the in vogue thing today, or for the last few days, has been to say, all these teams coming out saying that they're not pursuing Ja Morant anymore. So I don't know how many teams were eliminated in the last 24 hours, 3, maybe 4 other teams. And then, you got about 20 other obvious teams that have no interest in Ja Morant. And you can just tell this is somebody, after you saw what the extension was for Trae Young, this is somebody who has really, really screwed up his entire NBA career. Um, and it's really, really unfortunate because he just 3 years ago, he was probably one of the most exciting players in the NBA. No, that, I mean, he was one of the most exciting players in the NBA. And it looked like he had, he was one of those guys that they were talking about with Anthony Edwards. And you just think about it. 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, he was considered better than Anthony Edwards and Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He was more popular. He was having more team success. He was having more on the court success. And 3 years later, we come to the point where Ja Morant is an afterthought. And if this is nothing else, it will be a lesson for every other player in high school and college that no matter how good you are, no matter how popular you are, no matter how talented you are, the NBA does not need you at all. So that is basically what the issue is. You get Ja, you got Ja Morant. Trade is looming. Hopefully, the Grizzlies can find a trade for him sometime tonight. If not, it would be very disappointing to have whoever the Grizzlies draft at 3 to have to answer questions about what they're going to do with Ja Morant. How they're going to like playing with Ja Morant. Like he's going to play an entire season with the Grizzlies. So, that's kind of what the main problem is. They're going over it. Looks like the preview show is about to wrap up. And then I'm going to turn it on the regular show, the draft show, and we're going to see exactly who the Grizz get. Hopefully I can stay through pick 16. Hopefully we'll get a trade of some sort tonight. And, it's going to be the start of a new era. Grizz Next Gen came in like a fireball and went out like a wet dog. Probably one of the most exciting periods of basketball watching that I've had as an NBA fan. And I've been an NBA fan since, man, hate to date myself, but I've been an NBA fan since Magic Johnson came into the league. So, being an NBA fan that long and watching the comings and the goings, I've seen a lot of teams. I've been through the Showtime Lakers, the Celtics, the Bad Boy Pistons, the Bulls, Shaq and Kobe, the Duncans, everything. But as a fan, and I was in San Antonio when the Spurs won their first championship. And as a fan, that Grizz period before the gun incident was the most excitement I ever had as a fan. It was the most optimistic I had ever been as a fan. So, that was exactly. So we got the show is getting ready to start. It is now about 7:00. So I'm going to turn to it and I might turn on the volume. Let's see. Like I said, I just moved back here to Memphis from Los Angeles, outside of Los Angeles, Santa Ana, and had a lot of my stuff in storage. So going through my stuff, realized that some of my stuff did not make it with the mover. So had some stuff missing. So haven't been able to get my setup just right just yet for lives. but it should be cleared by this weekend, hopefully. I think I got everything I need to set up a proper background besides my door and closet. So, but like I said, that stuff is not important. What is important is the show is getting ready to start, and the Washington Wizards are getting ready to get on the clock. So we got the preview, and of course, ESPN is basically showing everything, all the players basically in the order that they're going to get drafted, at least the first four. So I don't know if I'm not on X right now, so I don't know if Shams is out there uh, killing the mystery and previewing all the picks. But I guess I'll check in a little bit. So what are your hopes for today for the two picks the Grizzlies got? Are you like I said, are you hoping for Boozer? But who are you hoping for with the second pick? Are you hoping they trade up? Because I have two primary trade up targets. Braden Burries and Morez Johnson Jr. Those are my two primary trade up targets. If they trade up for anybody else, I probably wouldn't really. It depends on what they have to, use to trade up. Like I like Mikael Brown Jr. I always thought he was a good fit with Cam Boozer, somebody who can play on and off the ball, that can really attack the basket and with athleticism, and another real creative passer, and somebody with very, very deep range. So that's the kind of player that I wanted to pair with Cameron Boozer. And that's back when I thought the Grizzlies were going to have, a second lottery pick with either the Phoenix or Orlando pick. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for us. But, now we might have to use some assets to get up there. And I don't think they can get up high enough to get Mikael, because I think Mikael is going to go 5 or 6 in this draft. So I don't think you can get up to 5 or 6. I think you just got to hope somebody falls to you. But some of the latest mocks have Braden Burries falling out of the top 10. So that is right up the Grizzlies' alley, or it should be. Braden Burries or Morez Johnson Jr. So that's what we can hope for.
Right now. And I think there's a lot more.
So let me see. See what's going on. I am just checking the news right now. So if you guys hear of some trades or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section, because it is hard scrolling right now. Trying to find something. Look up. So, yeah, so all right, so Adam Silver's up. Let's hear what he's saying.
Commissioner Silver, thank you so much. The Washington Wizards, they won the NBA draft lottery.
So the Wizards are officially on the clock now. We are in the 5-minute territory, so we are about 10 minutes away, 10 to 15 minutes away from having our newest Grizzly. I'm sure Shams is going to be spoiling these picks like he always does. But maybe he's too consumed with the Jaylen Brown trade stuff. Maybe he'll stick with that. Or maybe the NBA has finally grown a set and told ESPN to get him under control, like they should be doing everything else. I don't know why they let their media partners trash their product or destroy their product like they have done for the last 20 seasons. They've let their media partners just really downgrade their product, especially socially on the social media. So, fans don't revere the players like they did back in the glory days of NBC, the older NBC. So hopefully with NBC and Prime coming back and less of an emphasis on ESPN, we can get some more reverence for the players, some more reverence for the stories on the court, and build some rivalries in the NBA. I think the Thunder Spurs rivalry is going to be great, but we need more. We need more teams that hate each other that will meet in the playoffs, because the Spurs Thunder is going to be something else. Now they're talking about, let's see what they're talking about, this Giannis trade. Giannis, I'm going to tell you like this. When they were talking about the Giannis trade, I was terrified for anybody who was trading for Giannis. The guy has had multiple calf strains. And if we know anything about what happened to Kevin Durant, that calf strain is a prelude to an Achilles. So that would just terrify me as a fan of a team that just gave up all our future for Giannis, especially since he's had 4 to 5 seasons back to back of not being able to finish a playoff series or not being able to finish a season healthy. And then you got him having multiple calf strains during the season, to the point where even though he was trying to play, his body wouldn't let him play. So to me, that is terrifying for somebody who is a fan. Well, I'm a fan of the Grizzlies, so it doesn't bother us because he wasn't coming here anyway. But for Heat fans, you should be terrified that this is the guy you guys spent all your assets for. I know you didn't have the option to go after Jaylen Brown, but that's probably who I would have preferred. Jaylen Brown. I know he's not as good as Giannis, but he probably wouldn't have cost you as much. And he's probably going to stay healthy longer. Even with him, he's been in the league a long time, and they have been in the playoffs, I think, every year he has been in the league, and they have had some long playoff runs. So he's also another guy who's had some miles on his legs. So that might be why the Celtics are trying to trade him now. And if you're a Grizz fan, you already know taking damaged goods from the Celtics is the quickest way to ruin your team. We took Marcus Smart, 12 months, I think, maybe 12 months away past winning Defensive Player of the Year, and he was damn near cooked. Came to camp fat twice, was hurt all the time. Well, he acted like he was hurt, didn't want to play, didn't want to be in Memphis. So, it is what it is. Thankfully, that era of Grizzlies hoops is over, and we are moving to the next one. And hopefully, of course, the Grizz did hire a new trainer, a guy, hopefully, that they used to have from the University of Virginia. I think his name was Mike Curtis. They hired him. Used to be here during the Pau Gasol era. So hopefully he can keep the team healthier, because the last 3 years they've been like the most injured team. I mean, basically in NBA history. They've had two of the worst seasons for injuries in the last 3 years in NBA history as far as missed games go. So, yeah, the pick is in. Let's see what we got. Man, they ain't even got Cameron Boozer on it. They just know he ain't got no chance.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Jr. from Brigham Young University.
So, as you heard, AJ DeBonsa, as expected, went number one. Most Wizard fans are happy. The best thing about this draft cycle is I was able to keep up with the four happy fan bases, and there were four happy fan bases, and only four happy fan bases among the lottery teams. The top four picks: the Wizard fans, the Jazz fans, Grizzlies fans, and Bulls fans. And it was an enjoyable about a month since the lottery. Um, Everybody's excited about what the possibilities are in the future, and it'll be interesting to track this draft. That's probably one of the things I want to do, to track this draft and the effects on this draft. And then the most interesting part of this draft is the top two picks basically had ready-made teams, as the teams, basically both teams in 1 and 2 basically had two all-stars on their team that they sat out last year to tank. Of course, the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson and Lauri Markkanen at Utah, and Trae Young, fresh off the 4-year, $212 million new contract, and Anthony Davis in Washington. So both of those teams are set up for success immediately with these draft picks. So these draft picks have a chance, just like I was talking about Jaylen Brown, they have a chance to never be in the lottery in their career, to never have to represent their team in the lottery, and they can be winners. And this is kind of what my gripe is with Zach Kleiman. I don't want the Grizzlies to be the first losing experience for Cameron Boozer if they get him. You must build a proper team and at least shoot for the play-in. I know you might miss it, but there's no harm in missing it because it doesn't affect your draft pick. So build the best team you can possibly build from day one. You should, as a GM who's been in the league for 7 years, you should know what it takes to win in this league. You should have a good idea of the players in this league that you need to get to win and put around Cameron Boozer, Zach Edey, and Cedric Howard. And you should have those players targeted, and you should come in with a proper team. And what does a proper team mean? A proper team means finally get a real small forward. No excuses. I don't want to hear about who wouldn't trade who. Every other team in the league seems to be able to find a way to get players that they need on their team. So I don't like to hear the excuse of, well, so-and-so wouldn't trade it, just like he went out to Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and both of those guys ended up getting traded. Neither one of those guys got traded to Memphis. They end up winning the championship. So it's not like you can say it's like the Trey Murphy situation. Trey Murphy hadn't been traded yet, even though he's on trade block. He hasn't been traded yet. So you can always say, well, he wasn't really available. But those two guys were traded. Pascal Siakam was traded. We had a whole slew of other players that have been traded. So the fact remains, get a proper small forward. So Cedric Howard can play shooting guard like he should, and get a real backup center for Zach Edey. The season should not fall apart if Zach Edey has a sprained ankle this year. That's just the way I see it. The season should not fall apart this season. We should not become one of the worst teams in the league if Zach Edey has a sprained ankle this year. They need to build a proper team this year from the jump. Build the team this year and add to it over the years. You don't try to spend a whole season watching these guys flounder for 82 games against teams that they just simply do not have the talent or experience to compete with, and then try to figure it out the next summer or the next offseason. You're just wasting time. And that's basically what he did with Grizz Next Gen. Because the moment that Grizz Next Gen showed proof of concept, meaning they were the second best team in the NBA, they had the second best record in the NBA. The moment that was shown, I mean, of course, that was shocking that they did that season. So I can understand not being ready to add on that season. But the moment that was shown, he did not add on to it the next season. That is when he infamously doubled down on youth and brought in all those rookies. And, here we are today, 4 to 5 seasons later, and we're in a rebuild mode because you did not put your foot on the gas when you had a chance. It was so interesting. This is the interesting thing that I say about guys who are untouchables. I remember people say when Kevin Durant was in Jersey, but Desmond, Kevin Durant was in Jersey. He was still prime Kevin Durant then. Brooklyn. I'm so used to the Nets being in Jersey. And he was on the block. Now, of course, Kevin Durant probably put it out there that he didn't want to come to Memphis. But the fact that people were saying that, there you go, pick number 2, Darren Peterson. I'm just rambling on. Pick number 2, Darren Peterson. So it looks like we're up and loaded for Bear. We're going to get our guy, Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer. Yeah. I looked at best available and it said 1, 2, and I saw, never mind. Darren Peterson goes number 2 to Utah. So all the BS about he doesn't want to go to Utah or Utah is going to skip over him, all that is gone. The draft, of course, is going exactly like everybody said it was going to go after the lottery. First 2 picks, AJ DeBonsa and Darren Peterson, guys who have been kind of rivals even from the high school years. But we're going to see, will Zach Kleiman do something cute? Will he do something shocking? What would be shocking? Anything other than Cameron Boozer would be shocking. Yeah. So I don't think he's going to get cute here. I think Cameron Boozer was damn near made in the factory to play for the Grizzlies under Zach Kleiman. The only thing that could have made him better if he was 7'1" and athletic and had the same traits. But listen, you can't get everything that you want. You must take what you got. And what we have is one of the most productive college freshmen, especially at 18 years old, to ever hit the NCAA. So the Grizzlies are officially on the clock. We have 2.5 minutes before our pick. And this is what we suffered through a season of hell for Cameron Boozer, this number 3 pick. Hopefully I am not checking X. I am going to just, after this, when the pick is in, we're going to listen to it together, and then we're going to talk about it. So we're going to see exactly what happens. But listen, I'm not going to lie. I would have been happy with any of the 3, but I do think I am 100% responsible for manifesting Cameron Boozer to Memphis. So yeah, you guys can thank me later. You guys can thank me however you want to thank me, but I think I am responsible for manifesting that. I've been harping on that for a long time, and now we are quietly making it happen. Pick is in. So
And you see how great that is, but you also see how
let's see
it's always that
what.
like
And I'm gonna tell y'all, as somebody who's been doing this draft stuff for the longest, I'm loving it that you're seeing these fathers, fathers with the guys every draft pick now. It seems like to be a growing trend, and I love it. So let's see.
he's a talented scorer. When guys come to your team like that, the offense changes. You don't have to fit in. Like if certain guys go to places they don't have to fit in. They're going to design things for him now. They don't have a prolific scorer.
All right, Kenny Smith. That suit kind of tight. That suit is nice, Kenny.
There will be things that put together by the Utah Jazz and Danny Ainge and the rest of that staff to kind of get it done.
Everything comes easy for him. When you
A
watch
nice jacket, anyway.
try hard to find a shot, that's what stands out on the tape. Now, it's so fluid, and it's a three-level scorer. He can get in, he can play through contact.
And y'all, we might be able, I don't know how the kids say it, we might be getting a demon in Cameron Boozer because I think he feels really, really slighted that he had no consideration for the number one pick. And the team his dad works for passed on him. Ooh, imagine. That's crazy. So when we're in Utah playing the Jazz, and we're 3 minutes into the game, and Cam has 2 fouls already on Jaren Jackson Jr., I think Carlos Boozer is just going to turn and look at the Angels and just smile. Let's see it. Here we go.
With the third pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Cameron Boozer.
Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cameron Boozer. All right. Man. All right, guys. It seems like, we got Cameron. I'm going to listen to him talk. Listen to him go. We're going to watch him go up there. I don't like to hear ESPN commentary when Cameron starts talking, but it's been funny because since the lottery, this was the projected top 3 of the lottery. This was the projected top 3 of the lottery. And we've gone all around in circles. Everybody's, especially if you're an NBA fan, a fanatic like me, you're in your group chats talking all this stuff, and you're saying, well, maybe Utah does this. Maybe the Wizards do this. Maybe Zach Kleiman will do this. And nah, man, it went exactly like the draft Knicks said it would go from day one after the lottery. When they saw the draft order, they peeped out the whole scenery. There are no trade ups because the top 3 in this draft were just the top 4 were just too good individually to make it even worthwhile to trade up for. Because what am I trading up for? Why would the Grizzlies trade up to 2 to get Cam Boozer when they got Cam Boozer? Why would the Jazz trade up to 1 to get AJ DeBonsa when Darren Peterson is probably a better fit? Now we just sit and wait to see if Kleiman works his magic and gets us a guard, a top shelf pull-up threat for the Grizzlies. We got a few picks to go, but let's listen. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. This guy is so good. He is so good that I really can't believe they didn't take him at 2. I can understand the Wizards not being able to take him at number 1 because of how good AJ DeBonsa is. As he's just 6'10" and so fucking explosive that you just couldn't pass up on him. But man, there's no way I would have let him fall, man. He's gonna be so good. He's gonna be so damn good. It's a new era 12, baby.
And Cece's over there trying not to cry. I'm gonna get to you, Cece. But first for you, Cam, you and your brother Caden, you guys came into the world with a purpose, and that was to save your older brother Carmani, who was battling sickle cell disease. You guys did that. And I know that this moment is your moment, but in your mind, how much of it belongs to your brothers as well? Yeah, I mean, it's my moment, but it's our moment. You know, as a family, you see some sitting here, you know, I wouldn't be here without any of these guys right here.
Man, look at it. Look at Carlos, man. Carlos Boozer, man. We ain't gonna even bring it up, Carlos Boozer, about what you did to get out of Cleveland. We're not gonna bring that up now. I got a whole video for that later on. Because that was some funny stuff. Everybody kind of forgets it. But yeah. And y'all looking at our future point guard back there in the back row. Caden Bruiser. That's what we got all those picks for in 27. All right. Yeah. Y'all look. New. We don't have a name for this era yet. You know, Grizz Next Gen was just so fun. But we're gonna have to find out as a group of fans. We can't leave it up to the Grizzlies because they're gonna pick up some goofy title to call this. We're gonna have to find us a good name for this era of Grizz basketball. And of course, now the rumors are the Grizzlies are trying to move up in the draft. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't know who they would try to move up to the draft for. You know, the Grizzliest pick among the top is probably Keaton Wagler. He is the man. I'm gonna tell you guys, I remember you know, it's my thing to as his next when I knew the Grizz Next Gen was over, I wanted to start thinking about what did the Grizzlies need for the next, era of Grizz basketball. And one of the things that I wanted that the Grizzlies have not had this time was a big point guard. That is the one thing that I wanted, a big point guard and a point guard who was an elite pull-up threat. I think that is what we're missing. Mike Conley kind of became that, but he was never aggressive with it. Ja just simply wasn't that. As good as he was not that elite pull-up threat. So that's kind of what I wanted. And Keaton Wagler kind of fits that bill. Now, he's not the athlete that you'd want, but I think he is going to be one of those guys who is going to be a physical guard in about 3 years. One of those guards that's hard to keep off his spots. I know he doesn't dunk the ball enough for everybody, but he is one of those guards that I just really, really like to watch play. I enjoyed watching him play last year as a college player. He was so much fun to watch, working the pick and roll, making tough shots. Watching that game at Purdue on the road was basketball nirvana. It was one of the greatest experiences watching college basketball that I've had in a long time. Brought me back to when I used to love watching Chris Jackson play. So it's very few times that you get these players that are just electric with the ball in their hands and just make great decisions. So I am very excited. If you can't tell, I am very excited for this era of Grizz basketball. I think starting with Cameron Boozer, you got an 18-year-old who's been one of the best, who's been one of the best players in his class. And that is even when he had Cooper Flagg in his class. Because I remember before Cooper Flagg reclassified, Cameron Boozer was considered the better prospect. Everybody kind of just likes to forget that. But now I will admit that in the end, Cooper Flagg is the better prospect. My eyes, I'm not blind and I don't have my Grizz glasses on just yet. But I will admit that, Cooper Flagg is the better prospect now. But there was a time. And like I say, Cameron Boozer is 18 years old, and he is only going to get better from this point forward. So, Grizz fans, you can celebrate. We made it through a season of slop and torment, watching some of the worst basketball that has ever been played in FedEx Forum on a nightly basis. A team that played with no center to close the season. It was just terrible. So we're back now. And of course, Caleb Wilson went 4. So top 4 went as expected. And the draft starts now. Will the Clippers deal this number 5 pick? Man, let's see what's going to happen. Like I said, I think the next 2 picks are going to be Keaton Wagler and Mikhail Brown Jr. And we'll see what they're going to do. But maybe the Clippers are going to deal this pick for Jaylen Brown. Who knows? Because the one thing I will say about the Celtics is they are a forward-thinking organization. They know where they are in the pecking order. And that's probably why they gave a last-ditch effort to trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis to maybe. So it would not shock me if they traded Jaylen Brown for the 5th pick and stuff, and really kicked off a rebuild or a retooling right now. Because no matter how much modern technology has improved, you still have your best player just had Achilles surgery. So, man. And, what can you expect? He looked good last season coming back, but it's just you lose just a little bit here and there. And that little bit, like if you notice, Kevin Durant looks the same. He scores, he gets assists, he gets rebounds, but he's just a little bit off right now. But now, of course, he's further distant from his Achilles surgery, and he's a lot older. But let's see what the Clippers are going to do. I've enjoyed not knowing what the picks are. Now I have no clue what's going to happen. I don't know. If I was the Clippers, I would take Acuff. I wouldn't give a damn about Darius Garland being there. I would take Acuff. Secondly, would be Mikhail Brown. So we'll see what they're going to do. But Thank you, basketball gods, that the Grizzlies are not stuck in this area of the draft where you have to decide. Well, if you would be lucky enough to get to decide which point guard you're going to have, but the Grizz would have been in an area where they would have been hoping somebody fell to them because scary times, man. Let's see what the Clippers do.
In the 2026 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Walker.
Keaton Wagler, woo, number 5. Well, hey, y'all, I just did my whole spiel on Keaton. So it is what it is. I just did my whole spiel on Keaton. So y'all already know I like Keaton Wagler. So it is what it is. I can't even complain about that pick because shit, I just did a whole spiel on Keaton Wagler about how much I like him and how much I enjoy playing with him. He is a guy that if guy that people to me are really sleeping on. Um, he is a guy that is on a rapid acceleration in what he's doing on the court. He's learning a lot. He was not this high of a pick, supposed to be this high of a pick. So, you know, man, you got to. He's going to get a lot better. I think he's going to look a lot better once. I think he's going to look better in summer league than he did in college. But I think 2 years from now, he's going to look a lot better. I think he's going to be a sniper. And the reason why I liked him is that size, because even if he cannot become a full-time point guard, he has the requisite size to be a shooting guard. So we have Brooklyn on the clock. Brooklyn. And funny enough, Brooklyn is my team in a sim basketball league, the Brooklyn Nets. And we are currently in season 3, and I am making my first foray into the playoffs as I've been building this team from scratch. So we're going to see what does, man, let's see. Oh, Keaton. Okay. All right. Yeah. Keaton's going to be a star in LA. As somebody who just came from LA, that boy is going to be, if he is good at all, he is going to be a star. A racially ambiguous 6'6" basketball player. Now, unfortunately, he plays for the Clippers and not the Lakers, but the Clippers Lakers thing is nowhere near as bad as the Nets Knicks thing. Clippers have some motion at LA, quiet as kept. If they can ever get a good team, a sustainably good team, they will have a lot of motion. So we're going to see. Yeah. So the report, I'm going to read this. Oh, it's Amico, so I don't know. It's Sam Amick is the good one, is the good reporter, and Sam Amico is the but he is reporting that the Cavs, Hawks, and Grizzlies have been among the more active teams entering NBA draft per league sources. So I haven't really been on X to keep up with what's happening. So let me go on X and see if anybody's saying anything about the Grizzlies draft, making a trade. Man, what's going on? Everybody, yep. I'm looking at everybody reporting our picks. So yeah, the Grizzlies. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets are going to do. Yeah, man. I'll tell you, I don't know exactly. Of course, we don't. None of us know how these guys' um, careers are going to take off. But as much as people said that he was slow, Keaton Waddle was slow, I always seen him in the paint, man. Always got into the paint. It reminds me of like when people used to tell me Trey Young wasn't athletic or explosive, but he was always in the paint. It's just some guards just get there. Um, and I don't know. I don't think.
Number 1-2 guard. We've got the Nets right now on the clock. The local. Come on, Jersey. Yeah, and when you say come on, Brooklyn, Jersey, it's because a year ago they had 5 first-round picks on this night. And they
Brooklyn can't mess this one up, can they?
right now we're in a section that are available. And potentially there's a guard that you may like that stands out, Mikael Brown Jr. Why? I think it's Mikael Brown Jr. He is super talented. I watched him score 45 points against NC State. We'll see if this big happens to be another guard joining the Nets roster. Here's the commissioner. The sixth pick, the 2026 NBA draft. The Brooklyn Nets select Mikael Brown Jr.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: Mikael Brown Jr. has went number 6 to Brooklyn, and that's fine and good. But the thing that I'm most happy about is the Sacramento Kings get Darius Acuff, and that's who they wanted. They wanted Darius Acuff from the beginning, and they get Darius Acuff, and I'm happy for them because that is a tortured fan base. And I will say this about the Kings fans and the Kings. For some reason, Kings are always in my algorithm. But their fans and their media, they know that they're being held hostage by having a bad ownership group. Hopefully, they can get a blessing, and Darius Acuff can become a superstar for them, and they can have something to give them hope that they can build something in Sacramento. Um, but yeah, I'm still expecting the Grizzlies to make a trade ASAP. I don't know, but man, it feels good to have Cameron Boozer on the Grizzlies. Um, there's been no spoiling the picks, huh? Wow. So Sam Amick is saying that the Warriors with the 11th pick and the Hawks with the 8th pick have been discussing whether to use their picks to trade for Trey Murphy the third, for the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm going to tell you, I if I was the Hawks, I might. The Warriors, mm, it depends because I don't know what the Warriors are planning on doing. If they're going to have $56 million of dead money, Jimmy Butler on the roster, long term. But you can do a lot worse than trading for Trey Murphy. I wouldn't mind it if I was a Warriors fan either way. But the Hawks, man, this is the pick I would want the Grizzlies to get so they can get Braden Burries right before Dallas. Braden Burries would be a great, great, great physical guard to put with them. And I think he can play point guard with the passing of Cameron Boozer on the team. So that's what I'm hoping for. Man. So every time I'm telling you guys, I keep seeing these dads, and I love it. What are we on the sixth pick? Nothing but dads, everyone. I love it. Um, um, it is good. It is good. Let's see how deep will we get before we don't, because I know Darius Acuff. I know his pops is there. So we're gonna see how deep, because we're in a new era now in basketball where you have a lot of guys who either didn't quite make it to the NBA or did make it to the NBA, who are training their sons from diapers to be NBA players, and it's paying off. You don't see a lot of self-made hoopers, guys who just picked up the ball at young and started hooping and made it. So we're gonna see. Who's next? Sacramento Kings. They're gonna take Darius Acuff. There's no doubt. Their owner's been looking for their Steph Curry for a decade, maybe. He's been looking for their Steph Curry. Acuff is going to be it. So, and then we're going to see exactly. It's so funny. It's always funny when they show these draft war rooms going crazy, because it's just funny, because you already know on X 3 years from now, when Mikael Brown maybe is in a 3-week long slump, they're going to show that draft room going crazy.
26th NBA draft. The Sacramento Kings select Darius Acuff Jr.
Another junior.
of Arkansas.
2026 SEC Player of the Year. The man can fill it up. A talented shot creator. It reminds me of
Calipari. Calipari does it again, y'all. And man is a millionaire maker. And I guess, with the NIL going now, he's not as impactful as he used to be as far as being a millionaire maker, but he was making it. Man, Billy Richmond used to came out. I would have loved to have Billy Richmond. But yeah, Acuff was going to go crazy, man. I just feel like he's going to go crazy. Yeah, man. Adam Silver is a tall dude, man. Yeah, Acuff. Man, if you can somehow have the career of AI, Darius Acuff, man, your career will be a success. And I'm not talking about the off the court impact, because it's going to be hard for you to recreate the motion that Allen Iverson had off the court. But I'm just saying on the court. Um, one of the best watches. I remember going to the Pyramid when Georgetown played in the Pyramid in Memphis, and I was still living in Arkansas then. And I came all the way to the Pyramid just so I can watch Allen Iverson play. He was that good. Had to watch him. Wanted to watch him in person, because you get such a different appreciation for these players when you watch them in person. And I can remember the first time watching a great high school player in person. I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So we used to have this high school tournament called the King Cotton Classic. Used to get the most elite high school players in the country to come to little old Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And I remember watching Jason Kidd versus Corliss Williamson, Big Nasty himself, in high school. And I had never in my life seen anything like it before. Jason Kidd was the greatest high school player to this date that I've ever seen. He ran, I think in that game, he had 20 some points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 steals, and double figure blocks. The, the man, the, y'all just don't understand how good he was in high school. Jason Kidd was ridiculous in high school. Ridiculous. Man, who would have ever thought he'd grow up to be this woman? You know, these are things you just never know when you see him in high school. But yeah, he was one of my first introduction to a live watching basketball player. Other guys I watched when they were in high school back then, Ronnie Cycli, some other guys, I can't remember them, but I remember Ronnie Cycli when he was in high school. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm old. So there is that. But yeah, those are the guys that kind of broke me in on watch. Why I always make it a point to want to watch the guys. I made it a point to want to watch, to go see Jordan in person, to go see LeBron in person, Kobe in person, Shaq in person. I watched Shaq when he was in college too. And I'm gonna tell you, Shaq looked like, I don't know, man. He just, when he got to the NBA, he was big, but in the college, him and Stanley Brown, I think it's Stanley Brown. Is it Stanley Brown or Stanley Wilson? I don't remember. Stanley. Those two dudes were like twin towers. They looked so humongous compared to every other college player. I mean, they looked like giants compared to every other college player, and it was just really crazy. So I guess the Grizzlies will not be picking 8. So I don't know. Let me see what's going on. Said Atlanta reported trade. Oh, Milwaukee trade. So yeah, we Boozer. I think the best thing about drafting Boozer is we already had Cedric Coward, and I'm pretty sure Cedric Coward and Cameron Boozer had a relationship of some sort. I mean, they might not be close personal friends or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that both of them were planning on being in the same class at Duke, so they will have some relationship. They've at least spoken to each other, and that level of comfortability. And man, the Grizzlies have a foundation with Edie, Cedric Coward, and now Cameron Boozer of serious dudes. These dudes are serious. They are not for the play. They are serious dudes. They are going to make Grizzlies fans very happy over the next, I hope, the next 15 years. I want to see Cam Boozer retire as a Grizzly, to never put on another uniform. That is the goal for Cameron Boozer, to never put on another uniform. He should be the king of Memphis in 15 years. The most decorated Memphis Grizzly, the most celebrated Memphis Grizzly, the most Memphis Grizzly. Now, we're going to see, and it's up to the Grizzlies organization to make that happen. He's going to do his part as being a good player. It's up to the Grizzlies to do their part. Let's see what we got. Kingston Flemings goes 8th. Mm. Well, Kingston Fleming, he was one of those guys that I like coming into the draft. Well, not coming into to the draft season, but about halfway through the draft season, he's another good person. This was just a great college basketball season. One of the best college basketball seasons I've had to watch, because the last few before this one were basically unwatchable. Um, so it's but him having such a small wingspan in the combine really kind of soured me on him, because it's hard for defensive guys to make an impact when they're underweight. They don't have the length. Now he has the athleticism, but not having the height, width, the length, and the weight to be a defensive impact player, especially from the beginning, it's going to be rough. But we'll see. We'll see. I wish him luck. He won't fail because he doesn't work. I can tell you that. If he fails, it won't be because he didn't work hard enough. I can guarantee you that. So we're gonna see how it goes for him. Like I said, he always looks so damn happy to me. Every time I watch him, I see him, he just looks so damn happy. But yeah. So good gift for Atlanta. They now have a ball handler. They re-signed CJ McCollum for 1 year, $21 million. And he should be trying to absorb everything that CJ McCollum has to offer. If he can pattern his game a little bit, get some of the patterns from CJ, he will have a fantastic career. He needs to learn that pull-up three-point shot. That is what he needs. So we're gonna see what happens. Ain't been no trades yet, man. Ain't been no draft day trades. I think one of the draft people said there weren't gonna be any trades inside the top 10. Man, that would be kind of disappointing. I really would have liked the Grizzlies to get up here, but doesn't look like we're gonna get it. We're looking to see Kleiman. You know, he has a habit of trying to trade up, and it looks like Shams was taking today off, not reporting anything. So we're gonna see. Man, it is draft season. I'm gonna tell you, this is the best part when your team sucks. This is the best part, because honestly, you guys already know nothing beats a playoff run in the NBA. Nothing. This does not beat a NBA playoff run whatsoever. Nope, 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 nope. Does not beat the NBA playoff run. So hopefully we can get to that point. But past that, the NBA draft season is great because you have the lottery, followed by a lot of speculation and overanalyzing of the players for about a month. Then you have the draft, and then you have a lot of pick grades and talk about the picks and the players for about another week and a half, and then you have summer league. First, you have the Utah Summer League, which is a nice little 4th of July weekend romp in Utah for 4 teams. The Grizzlies will be included in that. But then you have the Vegas Summer League, which is I remember when the Vegas Summer League first started. But you have the Vegas Summer League, and with that, you got every team down there, every rookie down there. And hopefully the Grizzlies can have their rookie or rookies and all the young players make it through Summer League healthy and play as many games as possible. That is the goal. We have light goals. We don't have humongous goals for the Grizzlies right now. We are just hoping for good health this season. That's our hope. Good health and being very competitive. We want to make a run for the 10th seed. 10th pick, is it? Ninth, what is this, ninth pick?
NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez Johnson Jr. from the University of Michigan.
Hmm.
There were 3 Michigan players in that national championship.
I remember telling somebody during the year, so Dallas takes Morez Johnson Jr. So that dream is dead. Hopefully we can trade up here and get Braden Burries. Man, I would really, man, Braden Burries would be a great get. But man, I wanted Morez Johnson Jr. Morez Johnson Jr. playing with Cooper Flag. Their defense is going to be, woo, woo, woo. Man, their defense is going to be something to deal with in a few years. They have a great foundation. Morez Johnson allows Cooper Flag. If Cooper Flag can effectively play small forward, and Morez can play power forward, and then they had Derek. If Derek Lively can get healthy, and play center, ooh, wee, that Dallas team is going to be a team to be reckoned with in the future. I'm telling you, it's one of the best front lines ever. Not ever, but I'm talking about as far as young people. Man. Yeah, that's going to be a front line to deal with. Better get you better get your moves up, Cam Boozer, because they are going to be something to deal with. And what's funny is Morez gets to go back and play for his college coach. So you know, Dustin May took another father. Dusty took got the hell up out of Dodge because that investigation's coming for him. I don't know how you do tampering with the college portal. I don't know. I don't pay attention to college recruiting anymore. I just want to know who are the NBA players and where can I go watch them play. I don't really pay attention to college recruiting. I don't give a damn who cheats in college recruiting. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. College sports has always been dumb because I know for a fact that my friends who went to college and played for a major university got paid before they could ever get paid. So I don't even know what the big deal is about these people trying to act like there's ever been integrity in college sports. It's never been integrity in college sports, ever. It's never been a thing. It's cheat enough so you don't get caught. You know, you just don't want to get caught cheating. Look at Morez. Brother. Happy for you. So look at this. These folks get to see their family, man, get to see their sons realize their dream, man. And I just can't imagine you taking them to Little League, taking them to AAU trips, making all the sacrifices, buying all the shoes before they before they get the shoe deal, doing all it takes as a parent to get your son to this moment. And now your son is at the top of his profession, 19, 18, 19, 20 years old. It's crazy, man. Professional sports is a crazy thing, especially NBA. You can be at the top of your profession at 19 years old. I mean, you're among the best 450 basketball players in the world. 450 out of the millions that play, the millions who come up, you're in the top 450. It's hard. It's crazy to think about. Uh, yeah, there that Flag Morez Lively lineup is going to be something. I don't know what kind of guards they're going to have in Dallas, but man, it's going to be a great front line. And that's the kind of front line that you want to have in a conference that has Victor Wembanyama. You want to have 6'10 Cooper Flag, shot blocking crazy, playing small forward, Marez Johnson Jr. with a 7'3 and a half wingspan, 6'10, playing power forward, and Derek Lively, 7-footer with a crazy wingspan, playing center. And all of them can switch. All of them can switch. That is going to be hell to deal with. If I was a guard, if I was a young guard in the NBA, I would be trying to get to Dallas ASAP. But you know, you can only control. It's just like how De'Aaron Fox made his way to Wemby's team. If I was a guard, I'd be trying to get to this Flag team ASAP. Shooting guard, powerful point guard, either one. Milwaukee on the clock.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries from the University of Arizona.
I hate it for. Well, I don't. I was going to say I hate it for Braden Burris, but he would be playing for Jenkins in Milwaukee. That's my only saving grace. At least I know Jenkins is a good coach. As much as I had beef with Jenkins, he can coach. So, of course, that's the 10th pick. We're through the 10th pick. So, whoever that was out there who said there would be no trades in the top 10, they were correct. There were no trades in the top 10. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah. Now it said the Warriors are fielding offers for the 11th pick because everybody wanted Burries and Marez Johnson. I don't even know who's left that I would want to trade up for. I don't think there's anybody left that I want to trade up for. I really don't think there's anybody I would like to trade up for. I don't know. I haven't. Man, let me check. Figure out who's available, and is it worth trading up for him? Best available players so far. I don't want Mara. Look at, I bet y'all looking at me like, man, didn't you just say they need to get a proper backup center? Yes, they do. But I don't want to spend extra assets to get Mara. You got Nate Ament, Adi Mara, Yaxel Landerberg, Hans Steinbeck, Kareem Lopez, Chris Sinek, Alan Graves, Christian Anderson. All these, excuse me, all these guys are available. So I just don't think if I was going to trade up, I would want to trade up from 32, but not from a 16. I think all these guys seem like they're in the same tier at 16. So it just depends. Like I said, we're gonna see. I wouldn't be shocked if the Grizzlies traded for this pick. Though we're gonna see what happens, but it just might not be no opportunity for the Grizzlies to trade up. I thought eight exactly was the pick I said from the beginning. Was it the pick the Grizzlies needed to get to? Pick 8 because I kind of figured that the I kind of figured that the Mavericks were going to take Burries, and I thought somebody was going to trade up with the Bucks to get Morez Johnson, and it turned out that the Mavericks hiring the Wolverines coach is what got Morez Johnson to number 9. I don't think they would have taken him at number 9. So we're just going to see, because I don't think there's a trade up option here available for the Grizzlies. I don't think they trade up. I think the Warriors are going to trade this pick, though. And I'm pretty sure Milwaukee is going to take Amon at 13. Man, and wait a minute. The Thunder still have both of their picks? What are they going to do with their picks? Because they still have figured it out already. All right. The Warriors pick is in. Let's see who they're going to take.
There might be a time when you need it a lot, or you might be one of those rookies who don't play. So I'm interested to see who they pick, because then it will determine in my mind if they're going to play rookies this year. Can I ask you a question? Are they in win now mode?
Yes. With Steve Kerr. Yeah. With Steph Curry on the roster, are they in?
What is the balance between getting youthful talent? And that's my point about temperature. Can you play? Yes. Can I play today? And if I'm good enough to play, will you play me? Because you're going to have to let me play through a couple of mistakes.
Yes, I agree. And that's the hard part. And I agree. Nothing to say. Exactly. It definitely comes down to fit maturity of the player that they draft. I'll handle bad nights as a rookie on a team like this. Hey, I'm back. And look, you see guys that know how to play within a system, that can play around Steph Curry. There are certain guys that couldn't play around Steph Curry. Uber talented, know how to play basketball, but they couldn't play within their system. And they have to be able to find players that can do that.
I agree in this before with this guy here. The Golden State Warriors will take a player who can play off the ball, because they have two guys who dominate the ball. So it will be interesting if they have someone who likes to play off the ball. I do not believe that they will draft someone who leads the basketball.
With that profile, who's the guy then, Jay Will?
I don't know. I think they might go big. Outside guy, the guy 6'10", glass cleaner, have soft touch, can shoot.
Oh my God, Michigan State, big. They got 2 Michigan guys still on the board.
Yes.
Right? Let's go with the Commissioner and find out.
Who are the Warriors taking? Or will they announce a trade?
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Jackson Lendeborn from the University of Michigan.
This dude is such a goof.
And what a story. The 23-year-old senior from Michigan. And now they told me they wanted to play right away. Yes, he played off the ball. He's an elder player in college basketball. He's got 19, he's got 17. He knows his game. He's versatile. He can handle the ball. He can defend 1, 2, 3, and 4 at times. That's what they need. They need someone off their bench who can actually produce. And maybe if someone gets hurt, they can start minutes. So, yes, good pick. This is I want you to play now, young man. Right now. You see that the long hug with his mom Giselle and tears coming because this journey including so many stops, a future without basketball, and eventually on track because it's the leadership of his mom. I mean, mid-major to where he finished to winning a championship, just unspoken. And by the way, how about a perfect complementary player to play alongside Draymond Green with his passing ability because he can space the floor and play inside out. But again, the physicality, ready to play now. I know the league has changed in the last 40, 50 years. Why are you pointing those kids? Not because I'm talking to kids. And so since the league has changed, you used to draft juniors and seniors, guys that were more ready to play, guys that need to contribute. Now a lot of times they draft 19, 18-year-old players, and there's time for development. He is a player that's ready to play now with championship players. I'm just speechless. The road to the NBA certainly has been a winding one for Yak, so the one constant has always been his mom. Their special relationship capped off this past season and incredible title.
My name is Yak Liverpool. Honestly, my mother is like no other. She kind of set everything straight, telling me that I need to be better. I was 17 years old, going to a senior, almost started graduating high school. She felt like she failed as a mother. Hearing her say that made me very emotional because I always thought that she was the best mom in the world. She's been having to work like two jobs at a time, 3 jobs at a time, just to continue to keep me and my 3 little sisters safe. She sacrificed a lot. She put her dreams, her goals aside to give me a better life. And I wasn't, using that. It definitely lit a fire in me and just do a lot more for me with the family. She's been diagnosed with cancer. Seeing her persevere through all that, it provides a lot of extra motivation. For me to hug my mom, I think that's the thing she meant a lot. And she spoke about these moments with me way before I even believed it. Through it is my sport executive through mine. So it's basically like you're stronger than you think, you're better than you think. I wouldn't have been able to push through it if it wasn't for her.
Really, my favorite story of the night. Here's Lisa with much more.
I can see you're both still feeling it. Just describe to me, so what's going through your heart right now?
I think most of us, I don't deserve to be here right now. I say so bad. This is like, I'm truly unworthy. I can't be here.
You deserve to be here, but we all saw you share a long, tearful hug with your mother when you heard your name announced. Just what was she saying to you?
She was saying we did it. All the sacrifice that we made, we finally accomplished it. You did it. She's proud of me and she's so excited.
Just 6 years ago, you said you were kind of lost. You didn't see a future for yourself. Just how did that kid get here?
That kid got it because of her. She pushed a dream, forced me to go out there and step into the world and then become a man. I had no choice but to go out there and do the best I could. So I vowed every day to be a better man, be a better person, and just do the best I can for her. So everything I do.
And now your mom is facing a challenge of her own, battling cancer. Just how special is it to be sharing this moment with her?
It means everything to me. That's the least I can do for her. She's done so much for me. She's put her whole life on hold for my life, and I'm super proud of her for fighting so hard, and I'm glad to get to share the moment today.
Miss Giselle, how are you feeling right now? How are you doing?
Right now, I feel so blessed. Something come true for us, for Godson, and I think he deserves it because he sacrificed a lot.
How did you know that kid who seemed lost, how did you know that this is who he could be?
Because I know he had very potential. He was an amazing kid, and I know it's gonna be great. And he had a dream come true. He wanna be NBA, he's the NBA right now.
You deserve to be in here. We wish you nothing but the best, Mrs. L. And congratulations to you both.
Lisa, thank you. On to the best. Where's the Mrs. L too? Yes, still. Yep. But you know, you think Arizona Western College, a junior college.
Man, it's crazy. I didn't know. Man.
Wins the national championship. Now we left picked in the draft, playing with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, that's not a story of a dream come true. Come on. Yeah, I think the versatility of what he brings is going to surprise people.
Yeah, man. I don't blame you, Yaxel. I'd be crying too, man. You can change your life.
But what they're going to see is someone who can play off the ball. He can do a lot of things similar on the offensive end, ball handling and duties that Draymond Green does. He can run the show for you from the point forward position. But you know, he can shoot the basketball. He also gets to the rim. He's an offensive player. And before he twisted his ankle, I think in the semifinal game, he was on his way to be the MVP of the number 5 4. Big Ten Player of the Year. He shoot the three. He grabbed the big board. Also very outgoing. And now it's Oklahoma City. One of 2 picks here.
Well, let's see what the Thunder do.
Spain, I think one of the most talented players in this draft with the size, strength, and shooting ability. This is the counterpick of Wembanyama. Yes, 100%. And also, how did you have this kid on your roster at UCLA for 2 years? For 2 years, you have him on your roster, and then all of a sudden he transferred. You can say we developed him. Yes, we were developing him. Yeah, he's changed into what the NIL came out. This is what I'm going to say about Michigan. They brought him on, and he was one of the most dominant players on a dominant team that won the national championship. I thought development. There was talent there before. Sometimes you develop on the court. How about this? Measure with a 9.9 standing reach at the NBA Combine, tied for the second longest in Combine history. Sam Presti sending a message, considering what he experienced. Well, I don't know if it's a Wembanyama thing, but it's a size thing. I think overall, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet Holmgren, is better suited to be a 3 and not a 4-5. So when you put him on the 3, now you can put him on the perimeter and for extended minutes, 8 to 10 minutes in a game, when you have a young rookie like this that can come in and play right now. Javier was 6'7", Jerry Mom 6'3". When he was a boy, he would buy 2 pairs of pants, cut them in half, and sew them together so they would reach his ankles. Lisa, take it away.
We know that you are an avid chef. That's what I'm told anyway, as you're joined by your parents. Congratulations to you all. Oh, look at that. Adorable. I know that you're an avid chef. Just, what's the recipe to turning a tall, skinny kid from Spain into a first-round draft pick?
I think that later on, I would say if I had to choose, it's the consistency. That was the biggest play, the biggest thing that I had to do, being patient, to be from that little kid right there playing with the basket to just being selected.
And you started playing football in Spain when you were 16. Just how did that experience, plus winning a title at Michigan, how did that help prepare you for what's coming in the NBA?
Everything.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3 more picks before the Grizzlies pick, and then we will see. It doesn't look like there's going to be any trade up. The draft board just didn't shake out where it looked like we can trade up at all. So now we got the we just got to wait. This is going to be Ament right here, I think, at 13. Yeah. So the Bucks have been the Bucks have been connected to Nate Heyman for through this whole cycle, at least post lottery. And everybody thought he was going to go 10th, but of course they have this 13th pick now. So hmm, I think you can see them taking him here at 13 with this Miami pick that they got in the Giannis trade. You see Nate Amon here, and I imagine you'll see Steinbach at 14, and at 15, I don't know. Let's see, 15, you'll probably see Cameron Carr, and at 16, I don't know who the Grizzlies take. Might see, well, you got LeBaron Philon here. The guy I would take still, and I know he's not popular among a lot of people, is Chris Sinek. So the pick is in. The pick is in. Let's see, who do the Bucks take at 13? Even and who do they have to do this silly, stupid tradition of wearing a heat cap to take their pictures? So stupid. Take a Bucks cap. They know where he's going. Stop playing around. It's too much technology now for us to be acting like he's still going to the Miami Heat. 828. So yeah, we got almost halfway through this draft already, and it's been an hour and a half. So what's this out? This draft gonna take 3 hours? I don't my watch. Oh, what's it?
or entertainment labor union.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Oscar is not only a pioneer, but he's a pioneer of business. Because it was right before the NBA All-Star game that he rallied the troops and said, we are not going out if we don't have an agreement with the NBA for the players and the Players Association. And his ability to create that is why these wealthy salaries are here today.
The draft continues. We've got the thing in. It says Miami. This is the thing that's going to Milwaukee as part of the Giannis trade.
Got two more. This is one of the last two lottery picks left. See who. It's gonna be Nate Amon.
The Miami Heat select
Nate
Nate Amon.
Amon.
University of Tennessee.
I love this pick, guys, immediately, because when you talk about length and what he can potentially do, he joins a team, a Milwaukee team that continues to rebuild and that has Murray's, and now they have Amen.
19 years old, 6'9.5", 6'11" wingspan. I call him a shapeshifter just because he changes the geometry of the court with his size and his length. Look, I know that Milwaukee because, Miami
Well,
picked Milwaukee. They lose young.
good job, Nate.
You talk about a young talent to have. Nobody's going to step in the shoe, to be honest. But the size, the metrics, the measurables, all are somewhat similar with how he covers the length of the court and also his ability to attack the rim. But the difference is what's going to be with them. This version of what we're seeing in draft is not the version we're going to be. Where you might see an A-Cup, or you might see even a Houston or AJ Thompson. So we see what the version could be. With this guy, he might grow 2 or 3 more inches. We don't know what version we're going to see in 2 or 3
We
years.
saw a shot of his mother as well. They traveled to Rwanda this past summer to gain a better appreciation of what his mother endured to get out of the tragic situation.
My mother was born in Rwanda. Fortunately for her, she was able to get a scholarship to become a nurse. Couldn't get out of Rwanda before the genocide happened. However, she did lose a lot of her family members. She went back to Rwanda for UNICEF. That's where she met my father. He was Peace Corps working with Catholic Relief Services. I had went back to Rwanda this past summer before my season in Tennessee. I got to see the genocide memorial. Kind of just opened my eyes to the perspective of what these people have gone through, and what my mom means to me, what she's gone through, and how strong she was in spite of what she went through.
Let's go to Lisa with much more with Nate.
Nate, first I want to ask you, when you got drafted, we saw you on the phone. Like, who were you talking to?
Talking to the Milwaukee staff, super excited to have me. Met with those guys a couple of times, so I'm super excited.
Now, you said that no one gets to decide the type of player that you are, only you. Just when did you decide that you wanted to be an NBA first-round draft pick?
I would say probably my, when I first started playing basketball, my brothers in the back at the park, just realizing how much the game means to me, but how much they brought us closer together.
And this is
You see the hat, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's get it. Kevin Durant, that hamstring is a
What has your mom taught you about, what was going to be necessary to achieve something like this?
Yeah, I can get emotional speaking about it, but she's always supported me, believed in me. And just seeing like the resilience and strength through it all just meant a lot. So
Historically, you escaped civil war in your home country. I'm told that you worked 3 nursing jobs to help the family. How did watching Nate walk across that stage, shaking the commissioner's hand, how did it make all of that worth it?
So happy.
Open your mic up for me.
It made me feel very happy. I think he's a very good kid. He did everything I told him to. We told him to. I listened, and he's a great kid. That's what it is for me as a mom.
Well, congratulations to all of you. Enjoy it.
Well, he, like I said, he has versatility. He has so much upside. The 13th pick hasn't always had that. Some guys up here.
Yeah, I was thinking Kobe Bryant, Buffalo.
So one more pick left in the lottery. Charlotte is on the clock. Charlotte needs some bigs with power. I would hope that they take Hans Steinbach here. Who knows? They need to take Steinbach, maybe Kareem Lopez, Chris Sinak, maybe. That's probably a bit of a reach. Still had Cole Pete on the board. I like him, especially for them.
And also, he can be he's a ball handler, and he's very methodical. And it's an old school approach getting too. He'll just put you on your his hip and walk you down the court. He understands how to play the game like an old man. And by the way, Jimmy Haslam also is the owner of the Bucks and the owner of Tennessee. And he's seen a lot of Amen on the players out there. He in the end, they learn to play next year. They'll get to play for the States. They'll get to learn the league. And when they come back in their second year, they will be really efficient. I think the first year you're feeling out everything. You're trying to figure out who does what. They will not want a scouting report. And they will both get a scouting report a lot faster than some of the other guys that will be drafted from 13 and beyond. What an interesting cast of individuals in Milwaukee now between Tyler Hero and company and now the young squad. Like, how do you keep all that together? And we'll find out more too with Taylor Jenkins as their new head coach as well as they move on from the Giannis era as he goes to South Florida, and the Miami Heat will try to fill out that roster with Bam Adebayo and Giannis down low and inside. Right now we have the Charlotte Hornets that are on the clock here with a 14th pick, and they hit on a jackpot a year ago with Continental. And then they had that little run where you're like, they can do some damage from the outside. When you see that right now, what do you anticipate? Well, they have almost everything that they need. You have Continental. You have Brandon Miller. You have so much talent. I think you start looking at more depth. I'm very, very excited to see what direction they're going to go. All right, we'll find out right now. Seconds away. But in these sides, let's go to the commissioner, Adam Silver.
All right, Adam Silver with the Charlotte pick.
We have a trade to announce. As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Miami Heat are trading to Milwaukee Bucks the draft rights to Nate Amen, the 13th pick.
We already know that, Adam.
And with the 14th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Hannes Steinbach from Würzburg, Germany, and the University of Washington.
This young man, we talked about the size that he brings at Washington, a forward center, 22 double-doubles, tied for the most in Division I. Averaged 18 points and 12 rebounds. Outstanding. He won the Euros, the under-19 over in Germany, played with them. I love seeing players that play international basketball. A lot of American players, they come over here, they get summer workout, but they're not able to play. When you're 16, 17, 18, you get to go play for your country, and that helps with your development. That helps playing against grown, older men. Those are the things that, in my opinion, having that ability helps you play quicker when you get to an 11 NCAA rebounds. Hannes has quite a family connection with one of the NBA's greatest players, the 2026 All Big Ten star. He tries to replicate the moves of this NBA Hall of Famer.
I first met the ability when my father lived in Würzburg. My dad actually used to take Dirk back home for practice and stuff because he was too young to drive, so I think they were pretty close friends back in the days. And Jeremy, I think, was very young basketball player, big fan of Dirk, so when you get in the gym after practice or before practice, everybody just kind of tries to replicate that move.
Start with that happens in one-legged step back drop shot. How many points did he score like that in the career?
Then try to build up and get a little bit after Dirk. I don't think anybody has a faith like Dirk, but I'm trying to be like him.
You see that Burkhart, his reaction, just a proud papa as the celebration continues for Steinbach. For much more, let's send it over to Lisa.
Hannes, you were the first freshman since 2008 to lead the nation in rebounding. Other than being tall, which you are, just what are those?
So that's the end of the lottery. And we got 2 more picks to the Grizzlies pick. And it doesn't look like we're going to move up at all? So- oh man.
Enjoy this moment.
So I've got to ask, sir, if he didn't get his skills from you, where did he get them from?
From the mother.
Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations. Thank you.
If you're wondering, Mom, Petra, of course. By the way, the dad played, and that is professional basketball in Germany. This continues to talk about the excellence.
Yep.
13 games of 20 points.
Bulls time.
Only Cameron Boozer from most in Division One. I know it's on for RJ. You see his dad's hand? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying about size, because their 1, 2, 3s are pretty much set in Charlotte. But at times, Miles Bridges has to play 4 consistently. So now that can move him smaller on the perimeter, and when you put him into the game. And so I think this is to get some more flexibility and versatility. Okay, you mentioned size. We're going to bring some size out on some Carolina Duke muscle guys that were AAU teammates, and they went 3rd and 4th overall on tonight's draft. Boozer and Wilson going to join us live on the set after these ABC stations.
With psoriasis, how to hide my plaques was kind of my theme song. Now with BimZellix, I'm back to clearer skin.
Only BimZellix targets and blocks IL-17A plus F to calm inflammation.
Most people got 100% clear skin. Some after the first dose.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and low ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to, before starting to check for infections, tuberculosis.
Start to say I'm back to clearer skin with BimZellix.
Ask the dermatologist about BimZellix, also approved for psoriatic arthritis and HS.
We're outside the lottery now. We can wrap this up when the Grizzlies pick at 16. Yeah. So yeah. We're going to see who are they going to add to Cameron Boozer.
Operation Pizza is a go. Ready, throw.
Dream big Toy Story 5 personal pizzas from Papa John's. Order 2 or 1 for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Nice work. That's how you make a pizza.
See Disney Pixar's Toy Story 5 now playing only in theaters. Rated PG.
On the court, players are always raising the game. When everything is on the line, you see what a team is made of. The team at St. Jude has helped raise the overall childhood cancer survival rate in the U.S. from 20% to more than 80%. When one team works together, there's no limit to what can be accomplished. That's the difference you can make. Join Team St. Jude today.
Are you one of the millions? That's my rising prices. But AT&T just raised your rates. You have rights. I'm not entirely sure we are because I'm just a chummy chatter. But I do know this. Right now, bring your phone to T-Mobile. They'll give you $400 plus pay off your phone up to $800 when you switch. And with T-Mobile's price guarantee on phones, they're that's a guarantee. I'm not saying guarantee too much, like an actual guarantee. It's CNN Fest with rocking collaborations. Russell Dickerson featuring Bedwalk, Richard Wilson featuring Ellen Langford, Woody Johnson featuring Brothers Osborne, and more. Presented by SoFi, Thursday on ABC. And welcome back to the NBA Draft 2026 here on ABC for the second time tonight in the first round. The Chicago Bulls. Thiago Splitter is their new head coach. They're on the clock, and here's the commissioner.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA
Let's see who the Bulls pick.
Chicago Bulls select Jalen Swain from the University of Texas.
So,
So the Bulls went with Caleb Wilson, fourth overall. Now they go with
who will the Grizzlies go with? Bennett Sturts, who they've been tied to. Kareem Lopez, who the GM went to see in New Zealand. Cameron Carr, Jaden Quaidens, the biggest wild card. Ubuka Okori, Alan Graves, the analytics darling. We'll see.
I think this is an interesting pick. There's upside here. I think this is a pick, obviously a long-term stat, but it's funny you use the word upside because it felt like the only time we use upside in the lottery is when Caleb Wilson was drafted. So I have Bulls with upside. And this is the thing, when you look at the Chicago Bulls, they finally kind of broke everything down last year. They traded Kobe, they traded a lot of their players away because they were stuck in that in-between route. They were in the play-in multiple years. So I like that they've kind of decided to go beyond. They're going to bring in wings that they want to develop. They're going to play, and this is going to allow, like you said, Katie, to make mistakes, to play through them. That's where they are currently right now in their franchise. Grab players that they think can improve mistakes and develop.
And Jay, after the trade, they sent to Minnesota. When traded to Minnesota, they said, "Wow, you got to have someone else." That's the spot he's going to fill. So they needed another wing, another guard who can create off the dribble. Now, can he do it today like Kusumo? No, maybe not, but he will. And he has the ability to kind of learn that and play like that way.
I'm surprised they didn't go with LeBaron Philon.
Philon on the clock, best available right now. Jalen Swain going to Chicago. Much more. At least they get away.
Dylan, all Cooper's dream of being a first-round pick. Just how did you know that you belonged?
All the work I put in, my journey, my family, my upbringing, they always kept me focused on the right things. They kept me locked in. I'm just super grateful to be here.
Miss Constance, take a look at when you see that little guy up there. Just what do you already know about your son that the NBA is about to find out?
Any task that he's given, he kills. He absolutely dominates that. So this team is lucky. Like whatever goal they give him, he'll kill it.
And Dylan, why does it mean so much for you to be able to share this moment with your mom tonight?
I just know how much she sacrificed for me. She dropped everything that she had off of me in life that she thought I deserved, and she did a great job. If I could do it all again, I'll pick her and every life. Super grateful.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lisa, thank you. Moms, again, I'll say, it's a theme. They're the best. Nothing better when your mom believes in you before you even realize that you can do anything. That's what we're seeing tonight. 30 dreams come true. And Duke Carolina, I put that conversation on hold. RJ, sorry you're going to have to take a seat back and enjoy this. As we take a look through the years of Michael Jordan, Kenny Smith, Vince Carter, some of the stars on the other side of this rivalry. Grant Hill, Jay Williams, Jason Tatum. And then tonight, going 3 and 4, Cameron Boozer and Caleb Wilson. AAU teammates that Kenny saw them play together. And they shine together, and then they shine together tonight on the big stage here, Kenny.
Well, the two most prolific forwards in college basketball last year.
Let's see.
Guys. I count AJ as a win. And they did not disappoint. Every game got better. And this is going to be an interesting time with these two guys in the next decade. they not only they'll be linked together through Carolina, but they'll be linked together as guys try to go each other to win NBA championships possible.
What's up, boys? What's up, guys? What's going on? About to sit down with us, and that is former AAU teammates. Pick number 3, that is Cameron Loser. That's the third product going to the Grizzlies, and then it's Caleb Williams, the North Carolina product going to Chicago. Welcome, guys. Congratulations on a fantastic experience. Caleb Wilson, of course, feeling really good right now. By the way, I mentioned this. The last time we've seen only 2 other Carolina kids that go to Chicago in the first round. Kobe White and Michael Jordan. When you hear that, what goes through your mind?
It's exciting. I got some issues in the field, but I feel like I can do it, so I'm just ready to go.
Well, can we keep this a little interesting?
Yes.
What's up, Talia? Let me ask Cameron the question. I got my bad. Yes. How can you say nothing out? Yeah. I'll tell you, wait till, we wait about. But, Cam, this will be the first time you play basketball in the last 8 years without your brother. How different is that going to feel? Forget about everything else. He's not going to be in the same city. He's not going to be in the uniform. You're playing without your brother for the first time.
Yeah, it's going to be sad for sure. I think, for both of us, we have no problems at all. We're both great players. We've got a great feel. I think he's coming soon for him. His whole career's going to stay with me, being the best on the team. So for him, to have a opportunity to step up and have a good year.
Caleb, you and I have had a lot of moments throughout the course of the season, games that you played at, games that you didn't play at, but you told me you were going to play, even though that happened with your hand. Which ball has raved about you as a player? What did you find out about yourself that maybe your game didn't get a chance to show in the regular season that you found out now coming into the draft?
I'm a great shooter. Honestly, I work a lot on my jump shot, and then also.
Caleb, I'll hold your thought right now. So the commissioner will find a teammate here.
Oh, yeah. I want
The
to
16th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Dennis Sturz from the University of Iowa.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Cameron, you love the pick, huh?
I love that thing right there. I was actually talking to his dad this morning, so I like that a lot.
Young man's fearless.
Yes, sir.
And his journey, of course, has found him to the biggest stage. He was fantastic during the tournament.
Yeah, he was fantastic. His ability to play makers was ball second to none in college basketball. He's able to find people. He's able to get his own shot off at the same time. This is a really good pickup for the Memphis, and this now traded again via all these different ways they got to get. But this is a really good player, and he's really skilled at his position. He's going to come in and go through under. I always say 13 and down, they're not developing. These are guys who've done it, but maybe not people feel that they can maybe have a super high ceiling. The 2 guys up here, we're expected to be franchise players.
Ceiling is the roof for these 2 guys.
I think he's a bucket man. This dude is a writer. Great little reference, by the way. I heard that we talked on that. But I think he's a great addition because of his positional size and also his ability to knock down shots from the outside. He's extremely high IQ. So you can see the way that Cameron plays. He's such a boxer.
Well, they're saying that the Grizzlies had traded Sturz to Oklahoma City.
It's crazy around here. Hey, welcome to live TV at the NBA draft. Just when you thought he was your teammate, get more information, of course, as that trade comes in, as this develops, as the night continues. By the way, we talk a little bit about the teammates. Like, here's my question again. Now, please do. What about your game has transformed that you don't think people know about that you found out?
That is my shooting for sure, and then also just my ability to play making great opportunities for us.
I would say this, Caleb, watching him, wicked the Sturz, add passing to that. People didn't know you were a great passer like you were this year.
Andy, right now, I'm going to pass it on to Lisa with much more.
So apparently Bennett already knew that he was being traded, so we can skip past that. But Bennett, just tell me, patience and loyalty, that's always been a big part of your journey. Just how have those 2 things played just such a huge role?
Okay, so supposedly the Grizzlies traded the 16 for the 17th and 2 seconds.
You've been around your
cared about me more off the court. Like, he cared about me as a person, and he just made me heck of a lot better basketball player. And man, he pushed me, and he's part of the reason why I'm here today.
And really quickly to your brothers, I know you guys have a long distance back in Kansas City. How much more can you charge now that your brother is a first-round pick?
That's a great question. I don't know. We'll talk to our sources. We'll get with you on that. But yes, I guess we can charge a lot more now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Get on that. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Lisa, thank you so much. You're back on the set with our third and fourth picks overall. That is Cameron Luther and Caleb Wilson. Time for the State Farm Fantasist question of the night, guys. All right, huge milestone, of course, no doubt. Who's the first person you want to thank for helping you make this dream possible, Cameron?
For me, it's definitely going to be my mom, man. That was sacrifice she made for me. Everyone talks about my dad and his part of my journey, but my mom does for a night-to-night basis, sacrificing time, money, traveling everywhere. She never missed a game my whole entire career, whether it was traveling for AAU or my high school team going somewhere or getting a drive 4 hours to Orlando. Like, she's never been every step of the way, so that's my mom.
And still ran the ball in on the beach tournament at one time, and I still have a bone to pick for my 8 o'clock game when I flight landed at 8:15. I still have a bone to pick for her about that schedule.
Caleb, how about yourself?
Probably my dad, honestly. He coached me up until like the 8th grade, so he's always been there for me. And my mom is just support too. She's helped me become a person I am today, so it's really been a support system. So this is definitely my dad, though. This is a coach me.
I do have one question. The Carolina team from Durham thing, just say you can say it out loud. I'm saying, you guys were teammates and grew up together in so to speak. Did you guys keep in touch during the regular season?
I mean, I was at Chapel Hill a couple of times. We were make sure to eat out there. Yeah, but we play together, won together. We're going to have that relationship. Obviously, we're on the court. We're trying to compete and take some of the heads off, but that's my guy for sure. Super proud of it.
Okay, we got a moment here. I have to come over because we're not going to give this to RJ. He doesn't know how to handle absolute cards here. Pretty cool moment. This is your first professional basketball card as a Grizzly. This is your first basketball card in the NBA as a Chicago Bull. Presented by Tops Now. Why don't you guys sign your first autograph as a Grizzly and as a Bull for this moment?
And keep it, don't get it.
You got to keep this thing clean here.
Got a frame down.
Soft edges. You not want soft edges. By the way, this will be for fans that are collecting at home, inserted in random packs right now on Tops Now. Released today. Look at that. Can we get a view here? Can you guys show that to the camera? Now that's tough.
You are a pro, Kev. Wow. You guys do not get your first card. Welcome to the NBA.
Yeah. I'm sure we secured that the right way. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir.
I got some nice one again. What we got on today?
Thomas down, please.
Today,
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Oh man, they having a good time. So Grizzlies traded with the Thunder. It looks like it's another trade coming up.
As we continue the NBA draft here on ABC, this next pick, of course, talking about a trade, we thought a pick was going to Memphis. While we had Cameron here, this pick is actually now going to Memphis, even though you see Oklahoma switch. Sturts is going to Oklahoma City. Memphis is on the clock right now. We will hear from the commissioner in a matter of moments. You mentioned Phylon, best available player right now on the board.
Still available, dynamic guard that can score from anywhere on the floor.
Okay, let's go to the commissioner Adam Silver right now.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Ibuka Okori from Stanford University.
Kevin, Ibuka Okori is one of the coldest guards in this draft. RJ, you may mention a He has Kyrie-like feel to him when he dances with the rock. A little bit undersized, but can shoot the ball. An elite scorer. I caught multiple of his games at Stanford.
Okay, so the Grizzlies traded the 17th pick of Buka Okori to the Pistons to move back to number 21. So we still here, guys. We're gonna be here for a while. For 3 second-round picks. So the Grizzlies have picked up 5 second-round picks. So this has turned out to be a funny ass night because the Grizzlies have picked up 5 second-round picks to drop 5 spots to number 21.
What's it like when you hear the commissioner call your name as a first round draft pick?
I mean, it's every day I feel though. I've been since I started playing basketball. I've always been my goal to get here. I didn't see it happen in real time. My family, all my loved ones, it means the world to me.
Now, what was harder, leading the ACC in scoring as a freshman, or telling your parents that you didn't want to go to Harvard?
Probably leading the ACC and scoring as a freshman. Yeah, leaving Harvard was also hard too, though.
I think they're over it now, though.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
That was a special night. That man averaged 23 points last season at Stanford. And we'll be back with much more of the 2026 NBA draft after these messages. You guys just look this.
Yeah.
When can you see Supergirl Ultimate Meals?
Instructions say leave on lunch. Give your girl some room. Also, don't pet the dog.
Okay, someone has dessert. The KFC Supergirl Ultimate Meal is here. 3 heroic Supergirl sauces live out of this world for Tony and Cool. Get it now, only at KFC. See Supergirl in theaters June 26th.
Introducing the first ever Infinity QS65. The world can stop.
So we have
First ever Infinity QX65.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Ultimate gel is applied to the side of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation. So you can move more freely.
yeah.
Including long-lasting advice.
Here at the box, we know men need deodorant stuff that's just as high performing as they are. Sometimes it can work though. Natural deodorant, 72-hour protection to help you feel like a man. No, Jim. Dr. Swab, shred your skin to the top.
Numbers.
Oh man, this is hilarious. Zach Kleiman is a comic. 5 second-round picks to move down 5 spots in the draft. And I'm guessing those 5 second-round picks are used to dump Ja Morant somewhere. Yep, it's 9 o'clock. So we're going to do the rest of this offline. And like I said, I will have a roundup video posting about the draft in the morning. Peace. Well, now I'll stick around. I think I'm gonna stick around to the. I'm gonna try to stick around to the Grizzlies pick because I want to see exactly who they get. But I will be having a wrap up video in the morning coming out bright and early.
Back here at the Barclays Center, and here's the latest on the trade that we were talking about earlier tonight here. The Grizzlies received the 21st overall pick and 3 second-round picks. The Thunder get Bennett Stokes, and you see Corey going to the Pistons. Let's go to the commissioner right now.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Christian Anderson Jr. from Texas Tech University.
Maybe all Big 12 first team, Big 12 most improved player, 6'1", 180 pounds at Texas Tech guard.
Yeah, played for Memphis Grizzlies, a big-time defender at the point of attack. Has a very high basketball IQ. And Jerry, we often talk about guards that run PNRs. I mean, he is dynamic at that. He just cuts you apart, dicing you section at a time, and has an elite shot. So you got to get out and extend your defense and make great reads. Obviously, playing with big-time bigs. When I watch the play, I look back. Sometimes he was moving close. So I come off the pick and roll, pop. You come up, you go into the screen, then you come here. I'm going to pull back. He has an innate ability to create a shot, find a shot, and actually make the great decision.
And when you look at Kobe White, they have him in Charlotte. You look at LaMelo Ball, but I still think they need more guard play. Again, we talked about the amount of guards that the best teams are carrying on their roster. And again, when he's able to defend, we know LaMelo Ball is a solid defender at best currently right now in his position. To have another guard that can come in, play defense, change your pace, and keep up that style of play that the Hornets like to play with, that's important.
Controlling and pioneering that second unit is a really big time responsibility.
So they got Steinbach earlier in this draft at pick number 14, and Christian Anderson now going to Charlotte, and he set the Texas Tech single season assist record. By the way, 5 games and 20 points and 10 dimes, led the entire Division I there. The guard played fantastic from the sophomore, averaged 18 points and 7 dimes per game, shooting 42% from 3. Much more. Let's send it over to Lisa.
Christian, just we're watching some of your highlights there. Just what makes you such an elite shooter?
I think I've been working on this since day one. I think I've always been the best shooter, everywhere I went. So, like I said, I've been working on it, and I've been in the gym countless hours and working on it.
I know that you love to draw, and including pictures of your future self playing in the NBA. Just what did you visualize for yourself as a pro?
I always just visualize, going somewhere that, likes having me as a player. I always knew I could accomplish this dream if I kept at it, kept being determined. And I found it feels great to achieve it.
Now, Dad, I know you were pro in Germany. Just what does this moment mean as you watch your son become a first-round pick in the NBA? What does it mean to the family?
Man, I'm looking at that picture over there. That picture right there. Look that's behind you.
Okay.
So that's, just taking it every single day. That's an unbelievable picture right there. Him and his brother been doing it since he was 1 year old. And I saw their talent and their dedication. They look over to the game, so I'm super happy for them.
Congratulations, Christian. We're looking forward to watching you in the NBA.
Thank you.
said thank you so much. That's what it's all about here on ABC, the family affair, and the experience, a thrill of a lifetime, a once-in-a-lifetime moment for many of these players, something they'll never have again. And looking back fondly through the years, he found some moments as well. The 1987 NBA draft, with the 13th pick in the 2001 NBA draft, with the second pick in the 2002 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select the Houston Rockets, select the Chicago Bulls, select Kenny Smith from North Carolina, Richard Jefferson from the University of Arizona, Jay Williams from So we saw some. Where were you? Diamond earring. Diamond earrings. Mustache. Elite. How was it? That mustache. I worry about it. I was on the mustache. It wasn't elite stash. I've never seen a 20-year-old with a stash like that. Where were you? I was hanging out with my family. I was having a good time. You didn't want to come? I knew I was going to get a lot of things, so I just decided to hang out. Yeah. Hey, why such a big ovation for you? Was there something? Yeah, I know. It was loud. I don't know. Most of the people that went to Duke were from New Jersey, New York. So. Well, they also didn't see the future coming, so they were cheering kind of free. Sorry, I apologize. That was wow. Yeah, the guy was a unbelievable talent. He was okay in college. He was okay. He was okay. And his career trajectory would be a lot different if he didn't like all the time. Yes. That's on record. I want to book about it. I beat everybody to the punch. I guess everybody that goes to Duke isn't that smart. Yeah. He brought a couple down, and I'm agreeing with him. If you can't be that smart, you're right. But anyway, well, the Raptors are on the clock right now. And I'm shocked that LeBron is not drafted. Why do you think he has? Because he's a lottery talent. Yeah. He's a lottery talent. You're talking about one of the most gifted scorers in the entire draft. And we're at 19 right now. And he's been best available for the last 9 spots. Yeah, I mean, it's all right now. It's about being in the right position. And I think right now, if you're looking at the Toronto Raptors, where they're locking is probably at the 3 and 4 spot. And he's depth at that area. So if you're looking at guys like Ian Lopez, Lopez from overseas, he's a guy that could be there. But I think if the Raptors are looking for a need, they probably will go with something on that 3-4 position. You talked about this being guard heavy.
All right. If y'all can't tell, I'm not used to being on live this long, so I kind of get lost in the entertainment of the NBA. So 9th pick. Graves went to Toronto.
Showcase most of the skill. Well, the best player come out of here. But I think overall, Toronto Raptors need him. They need depth at that 3-4 position. They're getting it, and he will play. He will play some minutes, significant minutes for a team that's going to be in the playoff hunt for the next 5 to 7 years for sure. Led by Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes, they lost to the Cavs in the first round of the Eastern Conference in a Game 7, but they're coming off the best record that they've had since 2022, and now it's standing
So the Spurs are up next. NBA finalists. San Antonio Spurs pick is up.
The resiliency it took, the dedication, the hard work, all the late nights in the gym, just not allowing myself to give into the doubt, give into people not looking at me as such a great player, but just not giving in, but staying humble and staying true to the purpose that I knew God had planned for me.
Now, both of your parents are former players, so mom, dad, who gets credit for his skills?
I gotta give him a lot of credit, but also his siblings. I would say his siblings have the biggest impact on the player he became. So I'll give them. His dad definitely started all of them with the training. I was the rebounder by the time I had rebounds, but definitely his brothers had a huge impact in his college career. His sister early on made it tough.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in Toronto.
Marshall, Amy, proud parents, of course. And next on the clock, the San Antonio Spurs. Last time we saw them, they were walking off the floor with some disappointment. Victor Wembanyama and company, this young group of superstars with Steph Castle at the age of 21, Dylan Harper at the age of 20, and there's Wemby at age 22, losing in 5 to the Knicks, RJ.
Obviously, this team is loaded with talent. They are the next up, in my opinion. But when you look at how they drafted, where they drafted superstars, they drafted Manu Ginobili in the second round, Tony Parker late in the first round. Vassell was in the middle of the first round. So this pick right here, I'm actually really excited. The Spurs have thought that their scouting is so elite. They are one of the few teams that can find gems in the 20 to 40 range because they've consistently done it.
As crazy as this may sound, I think they need help in the guard play. I think because they need, when Dylan Harper comes in, he can also play off the ball. And so in that second unit, I think they need help in the depth in the guard play in the second unit. And so I wouldn't be surprised if your guy sitting on the board that he might be one of these guys that they look at and say, we need scoring and we need help in the second unit because that's where they lost the series against the Warriors.
Or you take a guy like Cameron Carr, who's 6'4", with a 7-foot wingspan, who's an elite scorer, efficient, and also can strap up defensively, fits well with that.
But also, Jay, understand, when they put Stephen Castle at the point guard spot, the turnovers were going way up. So yes, having another point guard, having someone that's a ball control. De'Aaron Fox is still their starting point guard. He is a guy who wasn't 100% healthy at the end of the postseason run, but you can see they need a control guy, someone that can control the tempo, that can get all of the people in the right places. I think that would be the best fit.
You don't think that's Council though?
I just think he will get there. Yeah. He will get there. There's nothing he can't do. But I think if you look at the consistency of his turnover numbers, when he was getting 8, 9, 10 turnovers, when you're doing that consistently, that means that we need to lower the amount that you're doing the primary ball.
I think Johnson was an all-star. He's going to be multiple time. His advantage to me is his strength and his size. So if I put him against 2 guards and small forwards, they can't handle him. I think he's too quick for threes, too powerful for 2. You put him at the 1, he's not always faster than the 1. So I want to keep him in his superpower. And Capsule's superpower is his strength and his ability to rebound and ability to get into the paint. So for me, if I was in the office in San Antonio, I would be looking hard at a guard so I could keep him in his superpower.
Guard is the fit right now in your mind as well?
I would probably say so. LeVar Ball is a guard, but he's a scoring guard. He's not a playmaker. He's not setting people up. He's not a maestro. He's more of an elite tackler off the dribble with time and space. So I'm curious if there's a guard that's on the table that can be more of a setup guy. I don't think there really is right now.
And what about your guy if you go big at Arizona?
I think he can play a small ball 5, in my opinion. He knows how to move, but also even in the forward position. There is, again, you can't have enough wings and forward. I think it started with Golden State. They started that trend, having multiple guards.
and then it's evolved into what you see. OKC. Even when you look at what the Knicks did this year, they only had one big on the floor, but that wasn't a power forward. OG is a 3-man with the ability to play forward. But then they have Nickel, they have Josh Hart, they have all of these guards. So if you're always kind of playing follow the leader, for the Spurs to go get a guard or a forward that can kind of play the mix of both, I think more than
The point is open. We're just throwing it out, what we think was best. Also, if you want to go back up and say you got basketball football, North Carolina.
So
That if you're going to have this type of energy.
I don't know what the Grizzlies are going to do here. We're at pick 20. The Spurs pick is in. They still yapping on his phone, on his TV.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get iPhone 17 Pro on that. Hold on. We should have views in it. Feel the touch of this.
Yes, it's big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible iPhone 17 Pro on us.
So the Grizzlies are up at 21, and I have no clue who they're going to pick. I would guess Kareem Lopez or Chris Sinak, maybe Cameron Carr. He's still available. So I'm not sure where those picks are, if those picks are in this draft or not. Not sure about those second rounders. So we're gonna see, but I mean Cameron Carr, Chris Sinak. I would personally pick Chris Sinak here or Kareem Lopez, one of those two. Yeah, and then hope that Baba Miller is available to next game. But I like Chris Sinak, a good third big future candidate, very raw, very un-Grizzly like profile though. So I wouldn't count on that. But really, there's really nobody who's a really Grizzly like profile. Maybe Lopez, but it's hard to tell because he played in the NBL. Koa Pete doesn't get a lot of steals or blocks. Cameron Carr, but he's very skinny, so that's crazy. We'll see. I don't know who they go. LeBaron Fineline seems to be falling. I don't think he fits the Grizzlies profile either. But we'll see who they take. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded the pick totally now after trading down and traded it for a future first or more future seconds. Who knows?
Back here in the Barclays Center of Brooklyn, WWE Night of Champions comes your way Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, streaming on the ESPN app with the unlimited plan with the first hour also airing on ESPN. The NBA's next generation taking center stage. It's the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. Catch every game live across ESPN and Prime beginning July 9th as we continue here with pick number 21 at the NBA draft, coming to Jeff Smith, Jay Williams, Richard Jefferson, Kevin Nagani, along with right now the Pistons are technically on the clock, but this pick actually is going to Memphis as part of a trade that we earlier talked about with some moves here in the teams with draft picks. But right now we have Memphis on the clock. And as we take a look at briefly the best available, you have Phylon still there, you have Cameron Carr still there, you have Kareem Lopez still there. Plenty of value here at the 21st spot.
Well, you don't know what the direction is ultimately going to be for Memphis. So these draft picks, you have to wait because you don't know what's going to happen with Ja. You don't know what that situation is going to be. So right now, we're learning what Memphis is going to do based on what they pick.
Earlier tonight, their third pick overall was Cameron Boozer. Right now, let's go to the commissioner. It says the Pistons, but this pick is going to Memphis. Nick Lopez.
With the 21st pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Kareem Lopez.
Kareem Lopez it is from the NBL. I actually did a video on him, so you can check that out.
He's a strong rebounder. He's a tough player. You know, he's played against men for the last 2 or 3 years. Those leagues that over there, they might not be as skills at times as the NCAA, but they're much more physical. So he's going to bring a physicality and playing against a physicality that is going to make him really good in this league and a good fit for Memphis.
First Mexican-born player to be drafted in the first round in NBA history. He's left for the game courtesy of playing, with his dad, his pro ball playing dad. He hopes his experience in the pro will one day bring a positive influence to other young players from Mexico.
My pro experience on how I got into basketball is my dad used to play pro, and ever since I was born, I was going to his practice, I was going to his games, I was going to shoot arounds. That was basic. He won with basketball in my team. I was always really big basketball. I was always hooping hard. I think that builds character, and that's what it makes our personality. I would love to have an impact on young people, and I think showing them that someone that came from the same place as them.
So that's Kareem Lopez. He will be the Grizzlies' second pick. I'll try to find out the information on those second rounders and post it on X if you want to. And you can find me on X at MemphisX _NBA, MemphisX _NBA. And we'll get to it then. But guys, thanks for enjoying the stream. We're going to start going live a little bit more often. I'm gonna get my setup down right. See you guys on the next one.